here again. Today I just wanted to go over how to use Sandboxx, the letter writing app, in detail in case you were confused how to use it or what everything on the app meant. So what is Sandboxx? Sandboxx is a letter writing app that you can use that helps you write letters to your soldier where they will print and deliver those letters for you for a small fee. After about a week or two of your soldier being at basic training, you should receive a text message that will prompt you to download the Sandboxx app. It will say something like, your soldier's reaching out to you and they would like you to download this app. You can also just go on the App Store and search Sandboxx. Keep in mind it has two X's at the end, so Sandboxx, all one word, and you can search it up. It should be looking like this with an orange icon. Hit install to get it on your device. So after it's installed, it should take only a minute or two. You are going to want to open your app. You're going to see on the main page, you're going to want to hit setup. You're going to create a username and password, like an email and password, something that you won't forget. And then after that's set up, you will log in using that information. Once you log into your Sandboxx app, you will see a screen like this. This is your main screen under the letters tab, which you can see at the bottom of the page. So on top it says welcome back Taja, because obviously I've used this app before, so it knows who I am. This is going to be your main page. So the first thing you're going to want to do is go down on the bottom to the far right to where it says profile, the circle, and click that. The first thing you're going to want to do is update your profile page. Go up into the top right corner to that cog and hit that, fill out all your information. I would also recommend making sure your phone number, email, all that stuff is correct. Password, if you need to change it, that option is also there. And a way to update your payment method is also under that tab. So what I would do is your first thing personally is fill out all your information so it is ready to go, so you're ready to use the app. So once you are done with that, view your profile again. You will be able to click on that circle on the top to choose a profile picture. This is a picture of me and my husband the summer before he left for his basic training. So you can update all that, make it a little more personalized. This is good for if someone is searching for your information, your picture will pop up when they search your name, and they'll know it's you. Although your soldier in training, if they are in basic, will not use Sandboxx, although you'll use it to send them letters, they will not use Sandboxx to return a letter because they will not have access to their phone. Now, if you're just writing a letter to your soldier who is maybe in AIT or elsewhere, they will potentially be able to use their phone. They should have times they can use their phone, so they could choose to write back in Sandboxx if they want. But anyway, that is just a way that if someone is searching for your information, I have kind of a unique name. There's probably not a lot of Tajas, but if you're John Smith, and there's a lot of John Smiths in the world, this is a way that they will be making sure it is getting to the correct John Smith. After you're done editing your settings, uploading your profile picture, if you want to go down to the bottom and hit the letters button in the middle, that again brings you back to your main dashboard page. I'm going to just run down what all the icons on the bottom mean, and then we will get into how to write a letter. So if you look at the bottom, as I said, the far right profile, that's how you set up your profile and edit your information. Next to that is a little shopping cart that is shop. So shop is pretty explanatory. So in this area is where you're going to buy tokens to send your letter. So each letter will cost 1 token to send. And then tokens, they range in price depending on, and you can flip through the page and look at it in more detail. A little cheaper the bigger the token packages you buy. It does decrease the cost to send a letter, because keep in mind each letter costs 1 token. So it's up to you which package you want to buy. For me personally, I didn't use Sandboxx a ton. I used it mainly to send pictures or if there's something urgent I needed my husband to know and I was worried there could potentially be a delay with the post office. So that's the only time I really sent letters via Sandboxx. Otherwise, most of the time I would just go down to the local post office and buy a book of stamps for $15. For me, it was more affordable and I could send a lot more letters with a book of stamps than I could for the same price, which would be roughly like 3 Sandboxx letters. Some love Sandboxx, some hate it. So again, maybe start with one token, try it out, see how you like it, and then you can always go for the bigger packages. I also wanted to point out too, a lot of time when your soldier in training is in basic, you will potentially use Sandboxx a lot or could use Sandboxx a lot if you choose to. But once they get to AIT, you probably won't use Sandboxx to write letters as much or even just write letters in general because they will have a lot more phone time. My husband would get Saturday night and most of Sunday when he was in the beginning of his AIT. Also, once your soldiers hit week 5 of AIT, they get extended phone privileges, and that's when they can start getting base passes. And during their base passes, also, they will have access to their phone during that time to make calls or do whatever they would like to do. Now, I only mention this because you may not want to go for that 50 token bundle right away unless you're going to exclusively use Sandboxx during basic. Also, I just wanted to point out too, when you buy the tokens, after 12 months, they do expire. So if you buy that 50 bundle, you only use half of them, let's say, then a year passes and your soldier is sent somewhere else and you're like, oh, I'll use this to write letters. Well, they won't be available to you to use after that 12-month purchase. So, and they are a little pricey, so you don't want to overbuy and waste all that money if you don't actually use them. Also in the shop, you can see there are other things you can send, such as the stamp package. So they will send your soldier in training or your soldier stamps. There are different like newsletters you can subscribe them to because especially during basic, they're not allowed to receive newspapers, magazines, things like that. There's cards you can send. There's also merchandise like shirts, other apparel. Also keep in mind if they are in basic and most of the time AIT as well, if you send them a shirt or something, they will not be able to keep it because they will only be allowed to wear their military issued apparel and their military issued items. I also want to add if you choose to send any type of newsletter or any extra item through Sandboxx like that, it is not always current information. So it won't be what's happening right now, but they will just have general like army related information or general information about like the basic and training process. So it won't be necessarily exactly what they are doing. So after you look through the shop, go down to the bottom and you will see on the left side of letters an airplane that says travel. If you click on that, it'll bring you to a page where you can look up hotels, flights, car rentals, vacations, things like that by city or by airport. To be honest, I personally never used this when I traveled to Fort Leonard Wood for family day and graduation. But it is a useful tool and a resource you have. Next to that is a news icon that looks like a little piece of paper. So this is just going to be military-based news that's going on. Again, it's not specific to your soldier. It's just general news related to the military. All right, so a step-by-step how to write a letter. If you go to the main page that is the letters icon at the bottom of your screen, you will see a large button that says start writing. So the first thing you want to do is click that. So I just want to mention you can buy tokens before or after you write your letter. As you can see on my screen, I have no tokens currently. That's because my husband isn't in basic training, so I don't really write to him ever. So anyway, you can hit start writing at the top of the screen next to the paper airplane. All right, that will bring you to your contact page. As you can see, the only one in my contact is my husband. So your soldier in training will be if you received that text message saying, hey, join Sandboxx, their information will automatically be at the bottom of your screen. I should have their name and the base they're at. If you did receive that text message, next to their name should also be this icon that looks like a little chain link. This means that the account is linked. So if I would click on my husband's name, I would be able to see his detailed address. So if you didn't know their address, you can use this and write a handwritten letter or send a care package and put this address with their name on their letter or box, and they will receive it. If you didn't know their company and their information, like I said, the first line of the address is their company information. You can use this to look on Facebook and find their company Facebook page. This is important because their company Facebook page will post information about their graduation date and their family day. If anything would change, they will post it on that Facebook page with updates. Also, they might post pictures or other information on that Facebook page that you might want to have, or just knowledge, or so you can see what's going on through that Facebook page. But the main reason you want it is to get that information about, like I said, family day and graduation day, and update any changes. Now, some people do get paper invites in the mail. I never got one for family day or graduation for basic training, so the only way I had that information ahead of time was through their Facebook page. Now, if you don't have that by them, that chain link, and you click on their name, you will not be able to see their specific address. As you can see on the top, there's a search bar. When you search any name, anyone with that name at any base who has signed up for Sandboxx will be in there. So this is to protect people's privacy, so someone isn't randomly searching names and getting their information and knowing where they are. This is to keep them safe. So if your soldier in training or soldier is not on the bottom linked, you can search their information in the database by using their name or phone number. So then you're going to click the person you want to send the letter in your address book. That is going to take you to your message page. So as you can see, your soldier or soldier in training's name should be on the top. You have 6,000 characters to write your message. When you're done writing your message, hit next in the upper right corner. This will bring you to the add a photo option. So you don't have to do it, but it is nice. Your soldier in training or your soldier will love to see you. Hit the add a photo button. After you hit add a photo, you will be brought to a camera mode. So you can take a selfie or a picture of yourself or whatever's going on that you want to take a picture of. In the upper right corner, there's like arrows. That's to flip the camera view from selfie to off of selfie to front face. On the bottom, on the right lower up-shaped arrow, if you click on that, that gives you some filter options. The middle circle is you click that to take the picture. Otherwise, on the far left in the box with the little camera, you can click that to attach a photo from your actual phone photo album. So once you do that, you can scroll through your pictures, click the one you want to connect, and then it will bring you to that an edit page once you add a picture. So this is where you can just tweak your picture a little, add stickers, change filters, things like that. Once the picture is how you like it, in the lower right corner, there's a down arrow. Click that. That will bring you to the cropping page. Now, the one thing I didn't love about Sandboxx pictures is you have to crop it into a square, which is fine, but sometimes my pictures would not fit good in the square, so I'd have to take a different one or just pick a different one to upload. The other downside is you can only add one picture per letter, but a way to get around that is you can just download like a photo collage app. I like using PhotoGrid. It's really easy to use. So then you can make a photo collage where you upload multiple pictures into one and crop it into a square, and it'll fit in there nicely if that's something you want to do. So after you crop your picture and it's how you like, you're going to hit the check mark in the lower right corner. You can hit send and off your letter will go. So Sandboxx will print your letter and they will next day deliver it to the base where your soldier in training or soldier is located. Now I did just want to mention, because it is a little misleading, when they say next day delivery, it doesn't necessarily mean your soldier in training or soldier will have the letter in hand next day. What that means is they're going to print it and then deliver it to base next day. So there is a way to track the location and delivery of letters you send and receive, which I will go through next. It will say delivered as soon as it gets to the base. And again, that doesn't mean your soldier has received it yet. It means it made it to the base. From there, it will go into the mailroom to get sorted by company, and from there to the company's mailroom. And then it will be up to the drill sergeant's discretion when they're going to do mail call, which usually is a couple times a week. It depends. As punishment, they'll withhold mail, or if they're busy in a training, they won't always get to mail every single day. So just be aware, sometimes they'll say delivered, but it still might take a day or two or a few days for your soldier in training or soldier to actually receive their letter, because it's not tracking it once it gets to their base. Each letter you send, also a cool thing, comes with a designed envelope, and then they also will send a piece of like stationery paper, like specific for their branch, and another plain envelope with return information printed on it, so your soldier or soldier in training can easily write you back, which I thought that's cool. That's just included when you send a letter. Every time you send a letter, they will get that stationery and return envelope so they can write you back if they choose to. Alright, so how to track letters you send and receive. So the letters icon at the bottom, it will bring you to your main letters page. If you scroll down a little, you will see an area called history. There you can see your sent messages and your replied messages. So hit show all. Once you hit see all, you will see a page that says history on the top. It will be a list of all the letters you sent. On the left side will be all the pictures you attached to each letter. It will say who you sent it to, your soldier in training or soldier's name, the date it was sent, and when it has a check mark next to delivered, that it was delivered. If you click on each of those, you can actually see what you wrote and reread the letters that you sent. Same with replied. When you hit the button, it will see all, you will see a list of all the letters your soldiers in training sent you through Sandboxx. Now this isn't, like I said, through the app if they are in basic, but that they wrote and sent with that return envelope and stationery that I mentioned before. So those also track, and it will tell you when they're arriving by you. Now if they send via Sandboxx, you will be able to see, click on it and view what they wrote as well. But the paper ones, mine did not show up what they actually wrote, just the tracking information. I hope you found this tutorial informational and helpful if you were struggling or just confused about the Sandboxx writing app. If there's anything else you would like to know or other questions unrelated to Sandboxx that you would like answered, leave a comment below and let me know, and I would love to make a video and help you out some more. Otherwise, until next time, bye!